In this video, I'm going to give you the ultimate comparison between your HP Reverb G2 and the Pimax Crystal Light. Now, the purpose of this video is not to convince you to buy the Pimax Crystal Light using my affiliate link, although you certainly can do that if you want to buy that. Instead, I want to inform you what is an actual upgrade here if you go for the Pimax Crystal Light, and what is actually a downgrade, because not everything is an upgrade here if you go for the Pimax Crystal Light. So after watching this video, you will be able to make an educated purchasing decision if for you upgrading to the Pimax Crystal Light is the right way to go, or if probably you should look somewhere else. So absolutely stay tuned, watch the whole video, because all of this goodness is coming up. Today's video is brought to you by Hans VR Lens Inserts. Hans VR is an MRTV channel sponsor, and if you are a glasses wearer, I highly recommend their VR lens inserts. Hans VR offers high quality products at very competitive prices, all while delivering lenses in only a couple of days, no matter where you are. And you're raving about their great service, so go to hansvr.com, get your lenses and use code MRTV for a 5% discount. Thanks to Hans VR for sponsoring the channel. Alright, let's start with the features, the build quality and the price. So this is very similar to your HP Reverb G2, as in this is also a PC VR headset and you're going to use it to play your Microsoft Flight Simulator and so on and so forth. It is also using a cable connection, so this is a DisplayPort headset, which is nice, of course. So DisplayPort and USB, and also this is also inside-out tracked. So just like your HP Reverb G2, you do not need base stations in order to track this. Instead, you're going to have controllers, which are also tracked with the 4 cameras here. So very similar to your HP Reverb G2, but unlike your HP Reverb G2 that soon you will not be able to use anymore on the latest Windows platform, this you can of course still use. This is a Steam VR headset, and yeah, that is definitely good. You will be able to still use this, while unfortunately the HP Reverb G2 is not anymore usable, so you will need to find another option very soon. In terms of price, the HP Reverb G2 was priced at around $600, but there were deep discounts very often, and yeah, I truly love the HP Reverb G2, one of my main headsets for a long time. The Pimax Crystal Light is going to set you back $899. That is including controllers. You can also get a version without controllers for $799 if you don't need the controllers. For example, if you are a simmer, and actually the price of this headset is really good for what you're getting here. This is truly a high-end PC VR headset, so $899 excluding tax is truly a good price. Let's talk about the build quality here and compare it with that of the HP Reverb G2, and I must tell you, the build quality here is okay. Certainly it's fine, right? But the build quality of the HP Reverb G2 was better. It simply felt like a more high-end and better built headset than the Pimax Crystal Light. But don't get me wrong, the Pimax Crystal Light is not like a terribly built headset, but yeah, it just doesn't feel as well built as the HP Reverb G2. So for that part, the HP Reverb G2 wins. Let's talk about comfort, and I must tell you, I really loved the comfort of the HP Reverb G2, right? Only 500 grams. The whole thing was not so bulky, and compared to the Pimax Crystal Light, I prefer the comfort of the HP Reverb G2. So that's another win for the HP Reverb G2. This is kind of bulky, and it introduces quite a bit of inertia. So if you move your head in a fast way, yeah, you will feel that more than with your HP Reverb G2. And well, the HP Reverb G2 is 500 grams, including the head strap. This, including the head strap, is more like 850 grams. So yeah, this is heavier. This is still better than the original Crystal, right? Because this is the Crystal Light. but still you can feel that this is heavier than the HP Reverb G2, introduces more inertia, and therefore, in my opinion, it's going to be a downgrade once you go for this headset in terms of comfort. But again, I must tell you that this does not have a bad comfort. Actually, it is very well padded. It is also balanced, right? So yes, it still has good comfort, and probably once you wear this a bit longer, you will get used to it. Like I always say, it feels like a sofa for your head because it is so well padded, and again, it is balanced. So this is not like terrible comfort, but still in a big comparison, I would prefer the HP Reverb G2. All right, next let's talk about the visuals. And yes, this is the upgrade that you've been waiting for. The HP Reverb G2 had fantastic visuals, and even now, I think the visuals are still great in the HP Reverb G2, but they truly cannot compare with the visuals of the Pimax Crystal Light, and that is truly where this headset shines. It is fantastic, the best that I've seen on the market so far for consumers, and for $899, this is really, really cool. So what makes this headset so good in terms of visuals? Now, for sure, first of all, the displays. We're looking at a resolution of 2880 by 2880 pixels per eye. Compare this with the 2160 by 2160 pixels per eye for the HP Reverb G2. So much higher resolution, and you see that. You can see further in the distance in your Microsoft Flight Simulator, in your Automobilista 2, and so on and so forth. And so this is already like a big game changer, right? Being able to see further into the distance. Now, on top of that, you have better colors. So for the HP Reverb G2, it's simply an LCD panel. This here is a QLED panel. So you have way more vibrant colors. It simply looks better. And because you have a local dimming function here, where there is like a mini LED backlights, you have better blacks. So the black values of the HP Reverb G2 are just standard LCD black values, more in the grayish kind of style. But here you can have really dark, nice blacks. So together with that combination of QLED and local dimming, yes, this looks so good. You get this glossy magazine look that is simply amazing and that you really want to have. So in terms of visuals, wow, this is so good. And of course, the optical stack is not only the displays, but also the lenses. And also the lenses are better here. For your HP Reverb G2, you got those Fresnel lenses, which have these concentric rings, which introduce God rays in scenes with high contrast. And here you got like clear, clear aspheric lenses. So you have clear aspheric glass lenses, which do not have those concentric rings, and therefore you don't have God rays, you don't have glare, and you just have this pure picture, that pure look onto those high-end displays. So that is a very good combination. You also don't have the problems of the sweet spot like you have with the Reverb G2, and you do have also better edge-to-edge clarity. This was one of the problems of the Reverb G2, that if you look further to the left or to the right with your eyes, the picture quality would degrade quite fast. Here with those glass lenses, you don't have that problem. There's also some degradation for sure, and there's chromatic aberrations in the very outer regions, but overall the picture quality is simply better looking through those lenses, and yeah, that's a big win. That is very nice, and you're going to have a very nice upgrade here. So there is no sweet spot problem here for the Crystal Light. However, because these are spheric lenses, there's some other new kind of sweet spot that you didn't have with the Reverb G2, and that's some kind of geometric sweet spot. So you still have to find the point in the lenses where you don't have distortions. If you're not in that distortion sweet spot, then you do have some geometric distortions. So even though everything is clear, you still have to find the perfect point here that will not give you distortions in the Pimax Crystal Light. And that's something that you have to understand when you're coming from the Reverb G2, which did not have these problems because of the Fresnel lenses. Yeah, so Fresnel lenses are not in generally bad, but they have simply different kind of advantages and disadvantages. But overall, like the visuals, that is truly the big thing about the Pimax Crystal Light. If for you simply want to have the best visuals that you could have right now for $899, so for under $1,000, it for sure is worth it to look at the Pimax Crystal Light. That is the big selling point. So how about the FOV? Also very important. And yes, also this is going to be a step up from your HP Reverb G2. For the HP Reverb G2, horizontally you had like 98 degrees and vertically you had like 90. Here, horizontally you have 102 degrees and vertically also 102 degrees. So especially vertically, you're going to see a difference. And yeah, it is simply wider and nicer. It is not like a wide FOV headset, which would like blow you away, but you will be able to see more and you will see more of an amazing picture because of the high resolution and because of the lenses. So overall, in terms of visuals, you will get that upgrade that you're looking for. So how about audio? Well, audio on the HP Reverb G2 is incredible, right? It's those Valve Index over-ear speakers that you can also get here on the Pimax Crystal Light, and they are just as good. But if you simply buy the $899 bundle, you're not going to get these over-ear speakers. You're going to get the S-Mass speakers, that's what they called, and they probably will give you some kind of quality like you get on the Quest 2 or on the Pico 4, something like this. So it is okay, what I've heard from others, but it's not as good as what you get with the HP Reverb G2 out of the box. So for this, it's going to be a downgrade for you if you come from the HP Reverb G2 and if you're getting the Pimax Crystal Light. So if you want to retain that amazing audio quality, you got to go for the D-Mass speakers. They will be just as good as the speakers that you have right now, but it's an upgrade, probably I think $100 more. So that is something that, in my opinion, you should invest if you don't want to have that audio downgrade from the Reverb G2. So how about tracking? Well, both headsets track with 4 cameras, and for the headset tracking itself, in my opinion, there's not a big difference. Both headsets really track very well. However, there is a difference for the controller tracking. And one of the problems of the HP Reverb G2 was the volume, the tracking volume of the controllers, which was a bit small. Now with the Pimax Crystal Light, you won't have those problems, and these controllers, they track very well. These are simply the better controllers as compared to the HP Reverb G2 controllers. They have the same button layout like Oculus Touch, same like HP Reverb G2, that you would charge them via USB-C. And they will also give you a better haptic feedback, right? That was not so good on the HP Reverb G2. So you're getting better controllers and a better tracking volume. So overall, tracking is really nice. And what's cool, if you want to get the best tracking that's available out there, if you want to get lighthouse tracking, you can have that with your Pimax Crystal Light. You could get the lighthouse faceplate, which you can also buy from Pimax. Then you simply exchange the faceplate. And if you have base stations and Valve Index controllers, you could simply use them and enjoy the best tracking and the best controllers if you love the Valve Index controllers, right? So overall, this is a win for the Pimax Crystal Light, and being able to exchange it for the Lighthouse faceplate and tap into that Lighthouse ecosystem, also thumbs up. So this is a clear win for the Pimax Crystal Light. In terms of compatibility, yes, everything is fine. You can play all Steam VR games and you don't have to deal with Windows Mixed Reality here. Yes, that's good. But you also have to install a little helper application called Pimax Play, where you can configure everything to your liking. And that software is good. right? So Pimax had a bad rap before for their software, but that's not true anymore. The software works, all the upgrades work just fine. You can play all the games that you want. You can even play Rift games. Everything is automatically compatible. And yeah, this is truly a good experience. Very nice. Also for your OpenXR games like Microsoft Flight Simulator and so on and so forth, they even have their own Pimax runtime, which simply optimizes everything. So you could play your Microsoft Flight Simulator in a fantastic way using all the OpenXR toolkits that you want. And that is truly very nicely fine-tuned and works well. Yep, so in terms of compatibility, in terms of software, you won't have problems here. Also, this of course works with NVIDIA GPUs, but also AMD GPUs are supported, which is good. So overall, in terms of compatibility, this is good. You're not dependent on Windows Mixed Reality anymore. And that's also now a big win here for the Pimax Crystal Light. So yeah, there you have it. This is the comparison of the most important aspects of the Reverb G2 versus the Pimax Crystal Light. You probably own your HP Reverb G2 because of my videos, right? I was one of the guys who really loved the HP Reverb G2 and who was not shy about telling you. So yeah, and I'm very proud of that. I can remember that time when other people were like dissing the HP Reverb G2 because they wanted to promote the Quest 2 instead, But, I'm very proud that I stick to my guns, and the HP Reverb G2, even still until now, is an amazing headset. And yeah, I can also recommend to you the Pimax Crystal Light. It's a fantastic headset, especially if you're looking for that visual upgrade, right? Like I told you, this is not an upgrade in terms of comfort, in my opinion, also in terms of audio, but in terms of tracking, in terms of the controllers, in terms of being able to use Lighthouse, and especially in terms of the visuals, this is a great upgrade. And right now it is for PC VR, it is my headset to go to because of the amazing visuals. And for $899, I can recommend that to you. So what would be a great alternative if you don't want to go for the Pimax Crystal Light because you don't like the bulky exterior? If the bulky exterior is a problem for you, then I would say have a look at the Big Screen Beyond. It is a super small headset, which also has very nice visuals. Not as good as the visuals of the Pimax Crystal Light, but it is micro OLED, so you get better blacks, but the lenses are not as good as the lenses here. But overall, you simply still get a very good visual quality and like a super small form factor. So if form factor is the most important for you, have a look at the Big Screen Beyond. However, then you also need base stations and Valve Index controllers because the Big Screen Beyond is not inside out tracked. If you have lots of money and you don't need to have like a DisplayPort headset, then I would say have a look at the Apple Vision Pro. The Apple Vision Pro can also stream your PC VR content, and thanks to the new Serial Touch controllers, here, let me get them out right now. Thanks to those controllers, you can also now play all of your Steam VR games with the Apple Vision Pro. So if money is not a concern, I truly love the Apple Vision Pro with those controllers, and they will also give you a very nice experience. But yeah, it's not DisplayPort. So yeah, if you're looking for the best visuals right now, thanks to DisplayPort, it is the Pimax Crystal Light, and $899 is an amazing offer. So that's everything that I have for this video. I truly hope that this was helpful for you. If yes, give it a thumbs up. If you are going to buy any of the headsets that I recommended here, like the Crystal Light or the Big Screen Beyond, I would always be happy if you go through the MRTV affiliate link, because then you're supporting independent reviews just like this here, and that would be cool. It doesn't cost you a cent more, but you're supporting videos like this. So I would be very grateful if you do that. Yes, if you want to discuss all these videos with me in the community, come to the MRTV Discord server. The link is down in the description of this video. I'm there every day and it's pretty fun. And now If you have any more questions, leave them in the comment section and do let me know what is your headset of choice for upgrading from the HP Reverb G2. Do let me know in the comment section. That is everything I have. I hope this video was helpful for you. Leave the thumbs up and I'm looking forward to see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.